Let's get this party started.
You have a boring day job, but you really want to rock out. This is your tribe. This is Soundwaves TMI.
Hey everybody, welcome to Soundwaves TMI. Dennis, Willis, Stephen, Kirk, Chasta, and we are still joined by Mr. Joe Hawk.
Hey, Joe. I'm here.
Now, it's funny because this was not what you were supposed to hear.
No.
This was not the podcast. We have to set this up for you. Stephen, Kirk, we all went to the Longboard Bar.
Yep.
We decided to shoot our mass debates in front of a crowd while drinking beer.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? And then somebody said, let's do a podcast.
Chasta.
And
I think that might have been.
That might have been your idea.
I don't remember.
I think it was your idea.
it just made sense.
Well, we were all there.
Yeah. You know, there. Yep. All on stage. Let's do the thing. Let's warm up. But I forget what happens when we all get together. When the six of us get together and there's beer around. Well, here's why. We're just going to play it for you. We're just going to play. So we recorded for 30 minutes, and the last 15 minutes are great. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about creating music, being pulled to create music.
There will be some substance.
There is some substance. It's good.
But first, it sounds like we took a substance.
Actually, that topic came up because mushrooms was in
It
there.
did. Yeah, it's true.
We devolved into some. In fact, just take a listen. We're going to play you. Please don't stop listening to the podcast because we'll come out of this. But here's about 15 or 20 seconds of what went on for about 7 or 8 minutes.
Also known as the shit show.
Y'all do what you do.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to.
I think there's 3 podcasts going on inside of one podcast.
This is what happens when all 6 of us are here.
This is great because you're recording on all these individual channals, so you can actually make 6 podcasts out of
That's
that.
true. We're just multitasking right now. That's good. That's good. Everybody have your own conversation. Go.
I think we already are.
So as you can see,
What just happened? What was that?
So I edited it. I sent it to Steve, and what was your response to that?
That it was a cacophony of nonsense.
Cacophony.
Yeah.
Because that's all it was, because you couldn't pick out. And Dennis even went so far as to say, this is great. I've got 2 Zoom recorders set up so I can isolate each individual microphone and everything. So I figured if anybody's talking over somebody else, I'll be able to, nope.
Are you kidding?
Nope. It was burnt beyond belief.
There was no fixing
There was no
that.
coming back from that. Yeah.
What
God
did you
bless
say?
you.
It's like you said it was like standing behind 6 people at the bar.
Oh yeah.
Well, we were 6 people.
But again, you're standing behind this whole row of assholes here, and all you want to do is get over to the bar and get a drink. But these guys are just yakking at each other and laughing and clapping each other on the back and having a grand old fucking time. And all you want to do is just get a drink.
Well,
The only difference is we had microphones in our hands.
yeah.
We were
and
those people.
We were those people, but mostly me and Joey Mack were.
No, I mean, it wasn't just you guys.
You two aren't allowed to sit next to each other.
No,
anymore.
never again.
To be fair, when Morris gets going, there's no stopping him either.
That is true.
I mean, and then you fucking pile on
No,
too.
because he starts and I can't help. So you get Joe and Joe together and they're fucking around, and then Morris and I are just bullshitting with each other, and Dennis and Chester are sitting there crickets, going.
We're just looking at each other like, how do we get the train back on the track?
There
What do
was
we
a
do?
moment where you looked at me and you said, "All right, Dennis, let's get us back on track." And like I look at you and then I look down the row. I'm like, I got nothing.
But we actually did get there. We
Yes.
did get there. There was
Yes.
something. We got something out of it. So we should at least.
It's a great conversation.
We should at least use that.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, we got the stupids out. It took us half the podcast to do it.
We got the stupids out.
I think I referred to it as getting the wiggles out.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and that started a whole new topic too.
Oh, yeah,
we were talking about.
So now you know we're a bunch of toddlers at daycare.
Oh man!
All right, here we go. Take it away. Morris, you've been recording. You have a very exciting new recording project. Morris came to us. Now, Morris is a radio personality, but that's not why he came to us. He came to us because we always talked about getting him on the show, but he released a single that kicked ass.
Thanks, man.
And the video was phenomenal. And we're like, oh my God, we got to get this guy on.
Yep.
I love that song. It's called Thank You by Morris Knight. You got to go listen to it if you never have.
Cheers for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we've been asking you ever since then, like, what are you working on? You got something else? What do you got? What do you got? And now you actually have something that you're very excited about.
Yeah, just joined a new band called Sugar Rush with a couple of dudes that you guys know, Stevie Lovelace and also Rick O'Connell.
Wait,
Is that-
hold on.
is that-
That's
we're
the
making an
name?
announcement here.
That is the official name.
Holy hell! Yay, we got there. Sugar Rush.
Yes,
Yeah.
How
yes.
did you come up with Sugar
I
Rush?
did not come up with it.
Oh, okay.
Stevie actually came up with it. And, that's cool. Dude, we went through like, I don't know, 100 names.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything. Rick was throwing stuff out there. I was throwing stuff out there. And Stevie too. But at the end of it, Stevie threw that one out there. I was like, well, you know what? That'll work. And besides, I wanted to get past that. We just,
Right.
just call it we're going to call it Shoot. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing that we did was kind of almost at a last minute. We around Christmas or around Thanksgiving of last year, we did a cover of George Michael's Last Christmas, a rock and roll version
Which
of it.
kicked ass, by the way.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. A bunch of DIY on the creation of the video there. Did very well. Got some spins in all the cool places. And next thing you know, hey, we're doing our thing. So now we're working on some original stuff.
That's
and we
awesome.
hope to have a whole lot more for you guys to hear within the next couple of weeks, even.
Really?
Maybe
Nice.
a couple of months.
Nice.
But really, really excited about what we're doing here. Really dig the vibe. It's the first time that I've been in a band situation where I'm the lead singer. So I've done my solo stuff, as you guys know.
Right. Because
But
you
it's
played-
always just been me, right? Just one man band, my studio thing, and then I go into a different record studio and get it done, like that. But now I'm in a band situation where we're kind of collaborating, but I'm actually, being the lead singer and
So-
the bassist.
So let me jump in because you played bass before, but
Yeah.
you didn't sing lead. How is the collaborative process now in this arrangement with you as the singer, with you as the one who's basically the face of the band?
The face of the band. I'm in the front of the band, but I don't know if we're all the faces.
Maybe
of
I
it.
said that the wrong way, but it's all
No.
it's emoting through you. It's
What I like
you're the-
about it, what I really like about it is, it's the most collaborative effort that I've been involved in many years. When I did my whole Dawn of Arrows project, and then after that came the thank you single. That was all just me, 100%, and that's great. And I really try and step out of my own self. When I'm coming up with ideas, making songs, I try and get out of my own comfort zone or out of my own. This is the way I do things all the time, But this situation here with these guys, most of the heavy lifting as far as the music creation part of it is on Stevie and Rick. I just come through with the vocals, the lyrics, the melody,
You
and the
just come through
finishing.
with the vocals and the lyrics. That's kind of a
pulls up in
lot.
front of the studio. Morris gets out with a pig pad on and everything.
nothing then. Okay, I got it.
Because these guys are awesome musicians and songwriters in their own right,
Right, yeah.
They're in a couple of bands as it is, most notably Royal Rebels. So
Right,
they're rock and rolling, they're doing their thing. So I kind of see myself as kind of like their little side project from that thing that they're doing.
You are no one's side piece, my darling. No one's. Come on now.
All righty then.
You're the bottom bitch.
You're
But-
made attract.
Thank you. Thank you.
got you.
Thank you. But I definitely like this collaborative effort.
Yeah.
I like it this way. It definitely goes places where I would not have thought that I could, get with in a way. It's not that it's that far out. It's just I wouldn't have thought of that, and I might have passed on it had I thought about it. But I don't know. It's just and because of that, it's making me focus on what I want to do as a lead singer and as a vocalist and as a lyric writer. I'm pushing that all the way to the edge. All the way to the edge.
Nice.
Talking some shit a little bit.
I love when Morris talks
Dennis
shit.
knows I'm capable of it.
They've been on the receiving end of some of that.
Can't wait for y'all to hear this first.
Oh, God.
Marks don't play. Yeah.
So when does Soundwaves get the world premiere?
As soon, we're finishing, like we're already done with 4 songs. We want to get like at least 3 more done. Cool. We'll get those completely done, and we hope to have the first single ready by, I don't know, early part of April.
Wow.
So we
Nice.
just want to get all that way. We're starting to rehearse them all and get some shows going.
Outstanding.
So-
You know,
that-
it's
that's where it
funny,
is.
Morris. The other day, I had this revelation that I really feel like I always say I have no regrets in life, but the other day I was like, I actually do have a regret, and I wish I would have picked up an instrument or done something with music when I was young. Because hearing you talk about this, I always joke like, oh, I'm not a songwriter, I'm not this or I'm that, and I'm not. But I sure wish I would have done that. And I feel like it's too late.
It's never too late.
I
It's
know,
never too late.
but
Girl,
I don't know.
bet you could
I'm
play
with
the
you, Cass.
hell
I
out of a
just-
triangle.
Well,
I'm telling you.
Let Bing Bing and her Stevie Nicks out.
Well, it's fine. I mean, I would
No,
never
it's
take
never
on.
too late.
I would never take on being a singer. But last night,
You
Jay
never
and I.
know, Chasta. You never know.
I mean, I don't know.
You never know.
I
need
just
Soundwaves
feel like that.
karaoke.
Who would
I
have
think
thought
to find out.
that a vocalist
Oh,
like
boy.
Susie, like who would have thought a vocalist like Susie Sue would be
Susie Sue, right.
the legend that she is? When I first heard Susie and the Banshees way back in the day when I was a kid, I was like, that was nothing like all the other singers that were out there, even in the new wave and even some of the punk stuff. Or another one from X-Ray Specs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Of course,
I'm like,
DJ Barrett
wow,
is that.
I remember being a kid hearing that because my cousin had a friend who was into all that back in the day. That was way before I could even appreciate what was going on. I'm like, really? She got a record deal doing that? You know? No disrespect to the
Right,
late, great Polly
obviously.
Styrene.
Yeah.
But just, there's no such thing as it being too late.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as being not good enough, you know?
Oh, a couple more beers, maybe we get
I
some
just
more
think I'm
singing
jealous
out.
of the musical creative process. I think
Right,
that's what it is.
right,
Like the
yeah.
bond that you have with other musicians and like creating something like that feels really special. Like at The Bone, I do all the creative writing as far as the imaging goes now. And it's always magical to me to have something happen in my head and then I write it and it
Yeah.
gets produced and I hear it on the radio
dude,
and I'm like,
that's
what? That went from my head to on the radio. Like that's a really neat
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I guess that's probably the same thing that happens when you write a song.
Yeah,
You know, it's the same
yeah,
thing. It started
yeah.
up here and now it's out in the world. It's trippy.
Where you're concerned, I could also see how it might be a little make you feel a little apprehensive when you're married to a world class
Right.
musician.
Right.
You just don't wake up one day and you're Jay. That's
Right,
Just,
I know.
No,
Yeah.
And yeah, I could see that being intimidating. I'm not even going to try.
I'm
it.
not even gonna try.
For what? Because that's what it is. But he had to start somewhere.
Right, but he
you know.
started when he was 6. See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I wish I would have started. That's why Cody's started. He started at 6.
He'd be happy to show you.
Take up the cymbals.
Yeah. Well, it was really sweet. Last night we were watching the show 1899 on Netflix. And this show, I do highly recommend. I was telling you guys about this yesterday. At the end of each episode, they take a classic rock song that just blows your mind and they infuse it into a period piece. It's trippy.
Oh,
so, like for instance, Black
that's
Sabbath's
cool.
one of our favorite bands,
Yep.
and they use the Wizard
Okay.
on the
Okay.
end of one of them. And Jay was like, "Man, Stateland Empire should do this as a cover." And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And he was like, "You want to do a harmonica?" And I was like, because I took harmonica lessons for like 6 months. It's my favorite instrument,
Oh, awesome.
right? And when
Yeah.
he said that, I was like, "Fuck no!" And then I was like, "Maybe,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, sure.
maybe,
awesome.
right?"
Do it. Yeah.
And I bet these days you could probably learn harmonica on YouTube.
Yep.
While you're at it, tell them you want to sing backup.
Oh my god!
You need a little female energy in this, you know.
I mean, these bands are all like sausage factories. You know? I mean,
Right? Exactly.
My pits just got sweaty thinking about it. Oh my god, I can't handle it. But thank you for believing in me.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Even Chasta love.
That I will never do.
So Joe Hawk, you and I were at a beer event a couple of weeks ago, and we
Yeah.
were listening. There's this great cover band that did 90s.
The Last Decade.
Last Decade. They're
Yes.
phenomenal. And there was so much fun. And you and I would, like, a song would start, and I'd go, "That's a great bass line. That's great." We were talking about bass lines all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And I have a very sad bass guitar that I've played, like, maybe
And me too.
never. Do you play? Do you?
I used to play a little bass guitar back in like high school and stuff like that. And I would pick it up when I went to college. Just I got an hour or two between classes, and I would just. My fraternity brothers hated whenever I played because I would blast the music and I would turn up my bass even higher. So the whole house was just thumping. Mostly playing punk rock songs too. But yeah, no, I'm the same thing. It's like I have my bass guitar at home with my 100-watt amp. And, no place really to play. I got a little 2-year-old at home.
I
so
own
it's-
3 guitars, and I know one song.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Every rose has its thorn. That's pathetic. Sorry, Brett Michael.
How many chords did you have to learn for that
I
one?
get 3, I think.
Horse with no name only has 2 chords.
There you go. All right, I can pick up my second. Pick up my second song.
There you go.
You're halfway to an EP.
Yeah, I know.
Throw that harmonica in there for a solo.
Yeah, exactly. I've got it all covered.
Yeah, but like for me, it's just trying to find the time and I guess the energy to pick it up and play and make sure it's all tuned. Also, I need to get a tuner. I lost my tuning machine
Right.
a long time ago. So
We can buy that on Amazon. We can
Yeah,
make that
I know.
happen. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, my wife's a professional Amazon shopper, so I'm sure she'll probably get it to me real soon.
You know what's funny is I am not musically inclined. I love music. I know everything about it.
But have you really
just,
tried? Because
Yeah,
I feel like you could be.
I don't know.
Maybe we need to start
I can
taking
play
lessons
drums
together.
on my desk. I mean, with my hand. I mean, that's
Well, because you come from musical genes, though. I mean, so it may be tucked away in there somewhere.
I don't know. I would rather just shoot. You know what? You guys make the music. I'll shoot the music video. How about that?
That's fair.
Okay.
Everybody's got to know their strength.
That's right.
All right, well,
That's
you
right.
keep it tucked then.
I can't unthink that.
Leave those musical genes in the closet, please.
Or at least wipe them off.
Hey, thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, this is fun. We're all warmed up now.
Exactly.
Should be good to go. Now
No
we're
one's
ready
gonna hear this, right?
No.
No.
Probably not after this.
Our subscriber count's going to be like every week. Our subscribers are like this, and now they're going to go. Boop, 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 boop.
Nosedive.
Yeah. Nice.
Just got demonetized.
Well, meet the cast. I mean, you just heard how crazy things get when we're between segments, and this is exactly what happens.
I was going to say, this is really
This
like
is-
what it is to be on the set of Soundwaves.
And this is why I love
When-
being on the set of Soundwaves.
when the
because
cameras aren't rolling.
You know what?
We can have like multiple episodes of just all the shenanigans. off camera.
We get together, we do the thing, we make shows, but this right here, this camaraderie, this brother and sisterhood up here is why we do this and why we have. And I love you guys.
Yeah,
And it was
that-
crazy, but it was also
Love you too,
tame
man.
for us.
What's that?
I said it was crazy, but it was also a bit tame for us.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
true.
we knew we were recording.
That's true. That is very true. As soon as we hit the stop button, it's gonna go off.
Wait, we started already? Sorry, I would have watched my manners if I knew we were recording.
So Soundwaves TV coming back March 30th. You're going to see all these. I was going to say clowns, but yeah. No, that's about right. That's right. You're going to see all these clowns.
No, stop. No.
Soundwaves TMI, featuring Chasta, Dennis Willis, and yours truly, Stephen Kirk. The part of the announcer was played by Kelly Ogden. Soundwaves TMI is presented in part by the Longboard Bar in Pacifica, California, a world-class music venue and neighborhood bar, all under one roof. So please like and subscribe to Soundwaves TMI wherever you are listening from. And please consider helping us continue our mission of lifting and supporting independent music and the Bay Area music scene by becoming a Soundwaves patron. In exchange, you'll be the first to see and hear weekly shows such as Soundwaves TV, Soundwaves FM, and the Soundwaves TMI podcast, as well as exclusive content. Just go to patreon.com/SoundwavesTV. And for all things Soundwaves, follow us on all the social medias at Soundwaves TV or go to soundwavestv.com.